Hello guys, so today we're going to talk about two different things, but it's mainly about this week. So this week I did my mental health first aid course through work. Highly recommend it for anyone that wants to do it. I was supposed to have a full 2 weeks off annual leave, but the course dates came up. I had to switch some holiday around. Ended up landing on those dates. Now, rather than cancel the course that I'd been waiting nearly a year and a half to get on, I shuffled some things around and cancelled the last 2 days of my holiday and rescheduled them. And I'm so glad I did. It's such an eye-opening course because it speaks mental health as a whole, and it also tells you how to deal with it in certain situations. Not that you're a therapist, not that you're supposed to diagnose people, but when they're in crisis, that you can be there for them. Same as first aider, physical first aider. Someone has a heart attack and falls on the floor, you put them in the recovery position and do CPR, whatever. I haven't done that course yet, so I'm guessing. But you're not going to treat the heart attack. You're there as a point of call when someone's in crisis or someone's struggling with their mental health. And it was an amazing course. My instructor, Louise, was absolutely fantastic. Very calm, very understanding, quite softly spoken, and very delicate with the tough subjects. The course was particularly hard for me because you talk about subjects like suicide, like self-harm, depression, substance abuse. And there are videos on people that have been through it, people that are, it's like role plays on how people gone through it and dealing with it and stuff. And having gone through a lot of that stuff myself, it's quite hard to hear it described in a textbook. Like your depression, your anxiety, people feeling suicidal, having suicidal thoughts. It took its toll on me, I have to say. And it is only a 2-day course, so you do whiz through a lot. But it's more about the conversations that you have and talking about it. And it's hard. Simple as. But I did it. I mean, I know personally I can talk to people with mental health. I know personally I can deal with those situations, but it doesn't help to have the certificate behind you, for one. But two, it doesn't help to have the doesn't hurt to have the training of someone that would actually deal with that. And as I say, yeah, it's just a really eye-opening course. Anyone that can take it, I highly, highly recommend that you should. And the more people that take it, the more people are talking about mental health, and the more the stigma goes down, which has always been my aim here. To bring awareness, to help other people, and to combat the stigmas around mental health, because they're bad. They're bad. They're bad. But yeah, so pleased that I managed to pass my course. So the other thing I wanted to talk about was the 26th of June. My 13th month sober. I can't lie, it's not been an easy journey. It's been very up and down. There have still been urges. They are still there. They have not gone. But I think I have finally decided that I'm not ever going to touch alcohol again. Which is a tough decision, and I might change my mind, and I have every right to change my mind if I want to. But at this current point in time, I don't see a way that I could ever introduce it healthfully again. And I don't think I should. I don't miss it. The hangovers were, I mean, I miss parts of it, of course. And as I say, there are times when I really do miss it, but for the most part, I don't. I'm quite happy with non-alcoholic beer. It did affect me a little bit on holiday when they brought out, when you get to the end of the meal in some European countries, they bring out the free drink that's on them, and it was limoncellos or Baileys, and I couldn't have it. I do hope at some point I might be okay with that, just having that. But I don't think I'm there yet, so I had to turn it down. I'm still getting used to being around drunk people. I don't think I'm ever going to be at a point where they're not annoying, but maybe to a point where it doesn't piss me off. But I am still absolutely fine to be around other people drinking. And at the pub, I still love the pub. That's not going to change. It's still one of my favourite places to go. I just love the atmosphere and the feeling in it. I mean, obviously you get the odd drunk or you get fights in some of them, and there are problems in pubs there. But for the most part, it's a really chilled atmosphere. Everyone's having a good time. Everyone's happy. And I feel like in the pub that most people are genuinely pleasant to each other. Obviously, alcohol does play a part in that. But I just think it's the atmosphere as well. And if there's a good pub and a decent pub, then I think it makes a difference. But yeah. But going back to do my mental health course this week did make this week easier as well, because obviously coming back after 2 weeks of off work would have been, it's always difficult, but having these 2 days sort of to be on training but at work, make the journey in the morning, get up early in the morning, come home in the rush hour, yada yada yada, that sort of thing. I think that's going to make it easier next week when I go back properly. So yeah, it's been a good week. My anxiety was typically high, but I think that was to do with the mental health first day of the course, because of the topics that came up. It made me did make my anxiety go up a bit, but not as bad as it could have been. Having dealt with so much over the last, my whole life. But it did make me realize how much of a good place I'm in right now. I may not be in a perfect place. I may not be the place that I want to be right now, but compared to where I was, it's a million miles apart. And I'm proud of myself for that. Anyway, rambled. I having a great day. A great mental health day. I'll speak to you guys soon.